Hi, my name's River. I'm an artist living in the Pacific Northwest in a tiny 19 square foot yurt off-grid with my dog Romeo. From when I moved in June of this year until very recently, I was using a outdoor kitchen that I set up under some tarps. This is what it looked like when it was fully functional. Originally, I was planning to build a more permanent structure over the outdoor kitchen for the rainy season. Then the family whose property I live on expanded to include a new parcel with an abandoned cabin that I have the opportunity to fix up and turn into my art studio. So I decided not to invest any money in creating a permanent cover for the outdoor kitchen outside my yurt and instead move my kitchen into the cabin, which already is needing a lot of work just to get it to a habitable level. So this is the journey of moving my kitchen from outside into that cabin.
It's so weird seeing everything be so dry when everything else around is so wet. I don't know how I'm gonna dry out that tarp, but that's gonna be a problem for another day. I need to get that pop-up tent set up so everything doesn't get soaking wet. Fastest pop-up tent setup starts now. Step 1, open the damn box. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, let's try to attach this bad boy. Velcro's on here. When I quit working for the farmer's market, the owner called me like 2 months later and was like, just want to know why you quit working here. And I was like, because you pay minimum wage with no tips. I loved working for the farmer's market, but a reason why I've worked in the service industry instead of in retail, because unless you're getting commission, it's like the worst kind of job you can do because you need tips to live off of minimum wage. Yeah. Yay! Yes! Now let's get the pop-up tent to cover everything so I can have everything be dry and then figure out what I'm taking to the cabin. Hello. Romeo's like, thank you for providing a covering. I do not like just being out in the rain even when I have a jacket on unless we're on an adventure. Just get everything out of the rain here. Alright, this area is still a huge mess. I have a bunch of stuff I need to clean, trash and stuff in here, shake out the big tarp. It's like a huge $60 tarp that needs to be dried and salvaged. And, you know, this is a complete mess, but at least it's dry. Taking just a bunch of bits and bobs in here. Also taking a plate because I want to make breakfast over there and there's no plates. But I don't have room for all of this yet. I think this is going to be a couple trips. Okay, I'm at the abandoned cabin. It is raining really hard. I hope it's not too loud for you to hear me talking. Yeah, it's quite peaceful though. There's definitely some leaks on the porch with the rain through the roof, but there doesn't seem to be any in the house, so that's good. I am going to unpack my kitchen and do more cleaning in the house, but first I'm going to make my first ever meal at the abandoned cabin. I was just like joking to myself, am I gonna keep calling it the abandoned cabin forever? Even when I'm fully moved in and we've redone the siding and there's rugs on the floor, will it just forever be the abandoned cabin? Maybe I start calling it the bando for short. I love a good bando. It'll probably get another name eventually, but I'm gonna start calling it the bando. So I'm gonna make my first meal at the bando. It's like noon. I've been up since 9 and I haven't eaten today and I'm starving. I also have a lot of ingredients that I need to use because as you may know, I don't have a fridge, so things can only stay out for so long. And I'm also just really excited to cook something. I'm going to cook out here on the porch. I brought my propane cast iron stove out here. Yeah, I definitely don't feel like the inside is clean enough for me to feel comfortable cooking in there yet. but I'm happy to cook out here on the porch. And yeah, let's make some brunch, baby. Romeo is happy to be somewhere dry. I think he's trying to figure out where his best spot to sit is. I need to bring one of his camp chairs here that like snuggles him up really good. What? What? What do you want? What do you want? You want me to take it off? There you go. Is that better? First step, plugging in the propane tank. There we go. There's my baby. My griddle. The griddle I love so much. I've been vegan, I've been vegetarian. Right now, I'm neither of those things. And I love that I can cook this entire thing of bacon at one time. I think it's been at least 3 weeks since I've cooked a hot meal that isn't just like warming up soup or a sandwich on my yurt oven stove. And even though I've always been limited about what I can cook, cooking is very important to my mental health and my physical well-being. And yeah, I just missed cooking so much. So I'm really stoked about this, especially breakfast. Breakfast is the best meal of the day, and I've been like skipping it or like eating cold leftovers a lot because my kitchen's been out of commission for a hot minute. First meal at the cabin, French toast, eggs and bacon. First thing I made at the yurt was also eggs and bacon, but we've upgraded. We've involved sourdough French toast now. Okay, I ate my food. I can see my breath. I wish I could start a fire in here. It's not that cold though, don't worry, I'm fine. Where I grew up has like real 4 seasons where it's snowing already in November. Here, it's like not even gonna freeze, not even close to freezing. I can just see my breath. So we're fine on that front. It's just not very cozy. But yeah, I got my hair in a bun to try to make sure it's not touching anything. I'm about to mask up and glove up and tackle the rest of this kitchen area. Wish me luck. About to get gloved up. Oh, it's a bunch of like Washington State Park coins. That's cool. Keep that. These are actually some nice glasses. Oh, vitamins and freezer, deodorant. Oh boy, he kept his deodorant in the kitchen. It's none of my business. This baking soda is brand new. I'll probably save that for cleaning. I heard you guys telling me that mice hate mint, by the way. I just haven't had time to get mint, so don't worry. I will be doing that. Ew. I think I'm gonna want to sand down this part of the shelves because it's just on this side, not on that side or the other side or the other side, but there's a lot of mildew. Ew. Okay. More silverware. More mouse poop. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Who's surprised? Not me. Hold on. I got a tool for this. I got a tiny broom, which I think will be more effective for this rough surface. Uh-huh. Really cute little deer pencil holder thing. I'll definitely be keeping this. Took a little break and the mom of the property stopped by to chat about some of the plans for the future, but nothing concrete, so nothing to share. I have the shelves of the kitchen cleaned out, so I'm gonna start unloading some of my stuff in there. A lot of my stuff is really dirty, like physically dirty from being in proximity to the dirt in my outdoor kitchen. So I'm gonna kind of like rough wash it. I'll probably wash every single thing before I actually use it again. But I'm really tired. It's cold. It's dark. My body is aching. And I just want to kind of like hit a stopping point with unpacking my kitchen stuff. And call her a day. I'm feeling so tired all of a sudden. It's probably not a good decision, but I'm just gonna put this stuff away and then plan to clean it all again later. I need to use this Tupperware bin to bring more stuff over here and eventually to keep clothes in it. That's my priority. Oh God, that is disgusting. My bread making bowl. I haven't made bread in so long. I used to make all my own bread. Soon I will be back to it. Soon enough. This tea got wet. I'm just gonna throw it away. It was almost done anyway. Okay, I'm gonna load up this bin with things that around here that I want to wash, like pot holders, towels. I'm gonna wash my own towels again too. We're sitting out here. I think my game plan is that I'm going to sweep the ground here. It has not been swept yet. I'm gonna take out the trash full of mouse poop. Going to take the rags back to the laundry machine, wash and dry the rags, and then I'll come back on another day with a bunch of dry rags that I can lay out on the counter, and I'll just go to town washing everything at once. I know I should be wearing the mask again. Look at that guy. He's just a little guy. Before I leave, I am going to try to read the directions for the solar string lights that I bought for the porch and try to put them up. It would be cool to have them work next time I'm back. I put up the string lights, but they didn't go very far. It basically just went up this post. But that still could be nice for lighting up the entrance. We'll see if this works. They need to charge at this point. In other news, there's a nasty pile over here that looks like a junk pile covered in blackberry. But if you look over to the side, it is full of dry wood, baby. Oh yeah, dry as heck. I fixed the exposure so you can see. Yeah, super dry wood under here. A ton of it. Like maybe more than I even have over at the yurt site, which is awesome. I've been a little bit stressed thinking about how my 2 cords of wood that I got for the yurt is not going to go very far if I'm bringing it over here and heating up the cabin during the day in the winter. So having a secret, completely dry wood pile over here is like a huge present. I've had 4 shots of espresso and there's 4 hours of daylight left. So I'm gonna try to clean up more of the yurt kitchen camp, move more stuff over to the cabin and do more cleaning before it gets dark. It's super junky right now and I hate that. I hate the junky vibe. Ew. There's a dead mouse or maybe rat. It's quite large in my dishwashing gray water bucket. I think it drowned in there. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. At least it's in something that's like, you know, garbage wastewater situation anyway. Damn, son. Time to fold up the tarp that I used to have over the kitchen. It's not completely dry, which is not great, but it's gonna rain tonight. I don't really know when I could have it be completely dry. And it's just getting more wet and dirty, not being folded up, so. So this is basically just what I did when you were gone. I did, when you were gone, you know, I did some dishes. I've been putting some stuff away. My goal is to get all of my stuff into a position. A lot of my stuff is going to be in plastic totes like these ones, which are really ugly. So my plan is to put up a curtain rod across here and sew some linen curtains so I can just cover the whole thing, so it'll look better. And I might do the same thing for the bottom as well. I'm not going to do that right now, obviously. I'm just trying to get stuff put away, but that's the plan there. The sink is draining, but not very well, so I'm using an extra wash bin to capture water and then throwing that outside. It's completely dark out now. It is getting pretty warm in the cabin, even though I've had the door open, and it's obviously heating up 2 large rooms. I have a curtain that is really thick that I want to tack up over the door, separating the room so that this room will heat up faster. While I was gone, one of the owners of the property came over and was helping me with some stuff. Helped me get rid of that like gas thing on the porch. I'll show you later, but I am excited because my solar powered porch light thing turned on. I don't like that it's flashing. I want to change that, but I'm focused on the inside right now. So we'll get back to that later, but I am stoked that that worked because with my luck, it might have not worked at all. These are my big jars of like this is brown rice. Doesn't look like there's any pantry moths in here, which is good. I have dealt with the pantry moths. Let's see if it fits. No, it might need to go on the, oh yeah, it's on the lower shelf. Can't really see the lower shelf, huh? I've stored these under the yurt, and these are really high quality jars, so seems like everything in them is fine. This is a whole wheat pasta shells. We did look at the drain. P-trap is not clogged, so that's not the problem. It's probably something to do with where the pipe for the dish pit, you know what I'm saying, sink ends up at, which both of us don't know. Like there's a pipe that goes into the ground, like directly underneath here. And we don't know where it comes out at. When this cabin was built in '88, they probably set it up to go into a ditch somewhere on the property. So I'm gonna have to do some exploring to look for that, because I think it's probably just clogged with like leaves and stuff at the end, and that's why it's draining, but really slowly and getting backed up. This is whole wheat flour. Bringing my gallon of olive oil in here. My friends always know me as the person who has a gallon of olive oil. This was a drawer that my friend grabbed for me for free on the side of the road. It's what I was using to store this stuff under the yurt. I'm gonna clean it out and use it under here because it looks kind of cute. I've never actually even been in here at night, so this is really, it's really quite cozy, and it feels absolutely huge compared to my yurt. We're gonna have to leave soon to get Romeo his DINNER. He does not have much patience for waiting past like 5 p.m. feel like I've hit a good stopping point with the kitchen. I have some stuff still drying on the counter, but I basically have my cleaning supplies there. I have a bunch of my tall bulk things over there. I have a drawer with my silverware. I have, dishes unpacked up here. I have a bunch of food in plastic containers here. I have food in like glass or tin that I'm not too worried about mice getting into. I definitely still need to deal with this area. Like I need to cut this nasty fly trap down. I am not opposed to continuing to have the pans up like this. This table is full of more silverware that has mouse poop all over it, so I need to clean that. I did take almost all of the food out of my pantry cooler. There's a little bit left in there that I need to get plastic bins for. There's a bunch of like plasticware and crap that I just have on the ground over here, which is not great. I definitely wouldn't say the kitchen is done, but I would say it's functional. It is really warm in here. It's a great ambient temp. That stove is doing its job. I kind of was worried that it would take a really long time for it to heat up because it's such a big house, and I don't really even think that the walls are insulated, or if they are, they're very thinly insulated because the walls are just like not thick at all. But it's really warm in here, really cozy. I need to go back to the yurt to get Romeo's dinner and to also grab some stuff for me to make myself the same. The fire's going really hot. I think I'm just gonna blow the candles out because I'm very paranoid about candles. And then come back. I'm really happy with what I got done today. And I'm really happy that my kitchen back at the yurt is downsized and covered. And yeah, this just feels like a big milestone for functionality. Yeah, the bando is feeling a lot less bando. I've been calling the cabin the bando, short for like abandoned. And I was trying to remember how I know that as the shortening of that word because I definitely didn't make that up myself. And then I remembered that I know that because when I was 1920, I dated a graffiti writer who would take me with him to do graffiti shit and also to like meetups of other writers and whatnot. They do like to be called writers, not artists. But anyway, they would call abandoned buildings bandos because abandoned buildings are a great place to paint. You can go paint up the bando. So yeah, that's where I got that from. Not original to me, but I think that it would be really cute to make like a little plaque for the cabin that says the bando to go like over the door or something. And maybe, eventually I'll have a different name for it. But for now, it's the bando. And I'll be back to the bando in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back at the yurt. I just fed Romeo and I'm gonna walk back to the cabin through the woods, which will be fun. Romeo didn't get that much exercise today, so I figured a little adventure of taking the long route would be fun. Since it's dark, I'm not really gonna be able to show you much of it, but I might get a couple clips. Come on, buddy. I should have brought some kind of slipper over here. I don't want to be barefoot, but it's also not very comfortable wearing my work boots, basically. This is my struggle meal. I could cook something better, but I have a bunch of potatoes and butternut squash sauce from my work that I need to eat. So I think I'm just going to fry up some tuna in a pan with olive oil over the propane stove and then add in the mashed potatoes and sage because I want to have a protein. And I do have chicken, but it's in a bigger jar, tin chicken. And so I want to be able to finish this all tonight because I'm leaving for a couple days and the mashed potatoes won't last forever. So it's going to be tuna and potatoes and butternut squash. Romeo is chilling by the fire, which is really cute. Delicious mush. It's that good mush, baby. That good mush. Okay, let's see how this is. It's good. Wow, okay, I ate all of that evidence. And yeah, it tasted like a mix between tuna casserole and like Thanksgiving type food, which I like both of those things. And I feel like it says a lot about my, I don't know, the type of food that I ate growing up, that I'm not grossed out by a combination of those two things. Tell me in the comments, would you have eaten this? I'm gonna get some editing going here. I just finished editing my video about the yurt cover. I just wanted to check in and say that I'm very impressed with the wood stove here. I really like how long and deep but narrow the stove is. It allows me to put in really big pieces, but it seems to hold the heat in on them better so that they're burning slower, which is cool. Overall, it's been really, really nice to actually hang out here for the first time, to be able to eat in here for the first time, to be able to get some creative work done. This definitely feels like the big shift of a day in terms of the cabin and going from being like a, what's it called, health risk hazmat type situation, and feeling like a moldy mouse poopy shack, to feeling like a cozy cute place to hang out on the property. And yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about it. And I'm really excited that this is just the beginning of the changes that I can now make to make it feel more cozy. I know I still need to clean the other side, and I'm not even done deep cleaning this this area. There's still like tons of just dust everywhere and like cracks and crannies of things that need to be cleaned, but you know, having it be clean enough that I can hang out in here is probably going to feel the most significant out of all of the future changes that I'm going to make. From here on out, it's just going to be more and more steps to making it more and more cozy, but the leap from having to wear a mask and gloves while I'm in here to being able to actually hang out and enjoy the space is a really big one. Thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. You can support me and Romeo by subscribing to our Patreon, or by commenting or liking, sharing this video. Looks like this little fire is running out of light. I really appreciate you being here, and I make at least a video a week. And yeah, I'll see you next time.